Long time no see, everybody. It has been 2 weeks since I've made a video, and things are just continuously getting crazier and crazier. So this is going to be, as I always say, probably one of my worst, boringest videos ever made on this channel. Sorry, not sorry. I know that my amazing visionaries have been supporting me through what's been going on with the craziness in my life. For those of you that don't realize, my mom has just been fighting the fight of cancer, and things just had a big scary hiccup, and she was able to go home from the hospital recently, and I am actively working on potentially having her stay with me. I am at the place that she's staying at right now, which is a family member, but we just want to get her home with me. So that is why things have just been really crazy. And like with ADHD, and I don't know if like I was equipped for this or this is the worst thing I've ever been through, because I definitely have been actively jumping through every single hoop I need to jump through to get my mom safe and taken care of and where she needs to be safe in regards to she's fine, but like every day I care for her needs and every day I want to make sure she's okay, and I really just want her with me. And she wants to stay with me. We didn't know that that was possible, and then it ended up that it was, but we already got her here, so now we want to get her to my place. I was going to get her in a recent video, but it's just really hard to focus on certain things. It really is. Like right now, my focus has been my mom and her needs and her caring for her needs, like her food, her whatever she wants to drink, making sure that she's physically comfortable and all that stuff. And she's on oxygen, and my mom is amazing. She's a trooper. And I thank you all for your prayers. Like for those of you that have been following along, she went into hospice and we didn't even know if she was going to get out to go to home care because her legs were so swollen, and she just didn't look that great. But it turns out a lot of it was morphine, and she was on pain medication and anxiety, so she was just acting a little out of it. But I didn't even know that getting her off of pain medication would be an option, and getting her out of hospice by the time Mother's Day took place was it was literally a miracle. Like, I believe in miracles. It was a miracle from God. Like, we were able to get my mom out of there, and we were able to all spend Mother's Day together, because at the hospice it was only 2 guests per moment. You could only have 2 people at a time. You could only visit once a day, and you couldn't bring in animals, which you usually could. We were going to bring my sister's cat, which got denied after all, and then my sister couldn't even bring her baby girl. So there was all these rules because of everything that's been happening with the world, that it was just making it even that much more difficult to emotionally process what was happening. If my mom didn't get out, it was just, I stayed with her every single night. I had to leave early in the morning so I could make sure I could come back that night, and I had to leave her during the day. Whereas if things weren't, the way they were, I would have been able to just always be with her. So a lot of it felt frustrating and unfair, but I know that there's so many people that are going through things that are frustrating and unfair. Not to discredit what I'm going through, because I know that to compare right now is stupid and a waste of time. But with all this, my mom was admitting that she thinks that she has ADHD, and it makes sense to a lot of why her life has turned out the way it is. And she's like, I think that you're a medical, like, miracle worker. She's like, I would have never even known that I had ADHD. So it's just been interesting in this time of crisis how I've been able to step up to the plate and like really be focused on the task at hand, which is taking care of my mom. Like in a moment of crisis, like I've been so focused on every single thing that she needs that it in a weird, messed up way, it's like, oh, I have confidence. Like, I don't want to be put in this position. I don't want to have been put in this position. I don't like this position, but it really shows that I can step up to the plate when things get absolutely crazy. And pretty qualified, I guess you could say. Like, I just jumped into action in moments that I never expected myself to have to be in. And getting paperwork done is not even a problem. Like, I just am like, bring it on, whatever needs to be done. Like, it's amazing how when things are of like utmost importance to you personally, paperwork is nothing. Doing something is nothing. Like, you are like, my hyper focus ability right now in this time of crisis is like winning. Like, I am on my A game. I drop everything for my mom to make sure she's okay. And she's loving it in the sense that she feels really blessed and like grateful, and I'm grateful to be able to bless her, and it's been really fun. You might see her in the comment section below. But I don't know, have you all ever been in a crisis situation where you really needed to step up to the plate and you weren't sure if you were going to be able to, but you totally rocked it? I feel like that's me. I didn't even think that I wasn't going to be able to. I didn't even have time to process that. But there's been times in the past where I volunteered for a summer camp, and my biggest concern was I was going to be leading 2 little girls in a foster care summer camp. and I didn't know if I'd be able to step up to the plate and like wake up with them and go to bed on a decent time and just care for them properly and make it to every single appointment on time, but I did it. It's like when there's structure given to you, it's so amazing how easy it is to handle. Or when there's unpredictable situations plopped into your lap and certain hoops need to be jumped through, it's amazing how much you really can stay focused and get the things done and not lose anything and stay track of everything. Like when your hyperfocus is on point in a moment of crisis, it's, to me, mind-boggling how my ADHD is not even in the forefront of my mind, in the sense that it's equipped me for this moment. A moment like this. It's not even been a concern of mine. I know once the dust settles and the adrenaline is out of my body, I won't be able to focus on the thing. I'd be like, what now? But right now I know what, so I'm able to focus. And what was the one thing I was going to say? My anxiety has been through the roof. That is something that I've had to manage. But due to just past experiences and knowing, like, not letting my anxiety get the best of me, I have not been drinking coffee or any sort of caffeinated beverage as much as I used to. I really make sure I eat, even though I don't feel like I want to eat at all. Like, I make sure I always have something in my body, because it's not right to get yourself to a point where you're starving and anxious and nauseous and adrenaline's running through your body. It's just not a good feeling. So I've been making sure I'm eating, making sure I'm trying to fall asleep at a decent hour, making sure I breathe in moments when I can kind of have a moment alone. I'll just like really focus on inhaling and exhaling and focusing on like my body or like a finger. Like I really try to take a moment to meditate and to be mindful of my environment. Like right now, everything is okay, as opposed to future fear projecting. Like everything's gonna go downward. Like I know that what the future holds, and but it's not that way now. And so I want to live each day as it comes, as opposed to living each day full of anxiety until I really need to be anxious. And I've been really trying to keep my emotions in check, and breathing and meditating and praying has been really helpful. And it's been fun to have my mom with me. And I was at my family member's house, and there was a sign that said miracles happen, and I smiled because we got our miracle, which was my mom coming home. I had over 200 something people praying, all of you that potentially prayed without commenting. We got the miracle, which was my mom was able to come home from hospice and spend Mother's Day with all of her loved ones. Social distance party, but we were smart about it, and my mom was able to make it outside on the back patio, and she fell asleep in the sun, and she's in such good spirits, and everything was beautiful. And thank you everybody that's been patient with me in this channel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to start continuously posting on Wednesdays and Sundays like I usually do. I am going to actively just try to post as much as possible, as often as possible. I don't know when that's going to be. What if it ends up being every single day? Who knows? But let me just say the quality of my content is probably going to go majorly downhill, but I want to still continue to share with you all my journey and having ADHD and going through a freaking crisis of unexpected proportions beyond just what the world's going through, like going through a difficult time and the world's falling apart. So y'all have been so loving and gracious and understanding, and I appreciate you so much. And your words and your kindness has been very needed for me right now. And I'm not sorry that I haven't been able to give you quality content or content at all. So this is what I got. This is like my best bet right now. This is me at my best. I'm sitting here just taking a moment alone, and I just thought of you guys, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a quick crappy video to just put out there and let you guys ruminate on, fester on, get irritated by, until I can get situated with things and maybe the dust settles. So we might be having like tornado snow globe type video content, just like while I'm doing the best I can with what I've got in the meantime, because in the meantime and in between time, if you work your something and I work mine, we came here together so we can have fun. You and me, baby, working one-on-one. I think I got the words really wrong there, but in a moment of crisis, you're just going to go with the flow and you're just going to leave it, you know? But I hope that for the future, I can continue to share with you ADHD content. If you have any questions or ideas or thoughts or comments on what I could share or look into for you all, please let me know in the comment section below. As I learn, you learn, we all learn together. I don't know everything. I'm learning as I go, and I'm processing as I go. And it's interesting to hear a lot of my family members, as they've learned about my ADHD and this channel and stuff like that, be like, oh, I think I have it. So it's fun to share with people what I have, but I learned so much from you. So I appreciate this community that I have. I really don't know what I would do without you guys. I feel like you guys are the lifeline I've needed to keep me grounded, and I'm very, very grateful, and so appreciative and so humbled and so blessed. And things have been difficult, and I've definitely shed a tear a time or two and had to breathe through my anxiety a time or two, but having you guys speak your kindness to me has given me strength. So I'm gonna let you go. Let me know, just share with me your thoughts. Let's just make this video simple and not stressful. Share with me your thoughts on this high quality content, and anything that you might like want to share about dealing with moments of stress and ADHD and how you've coped in high stressful moments. Did you get super overwhelmed, or was it easy for you to handle? Maybe it's the level of how much you care. Because sometimes I'm stressed and I can't handle it, but right now I'm stressed and I'm able to step up to the plate in a way that I'm baffled by. I'm like, do I have ADHD? I have ADHD. You know what I mean? But please let me know any thoughts that you might have, any suggestions, comments, concerns you would have for this video in the comment section below. You know I always love to hear from you. It means the world. Also, I'll try to be putting out as much content as possible in the near future. I don't know what my schedule will look like. It is going to be a little topsy-turvy. And then also, you all know by now that you are all in my prayers, and I thank you for the prayers that you gave me back in return in this recent time that I am in. So I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I will see you when I see you. So talk to you later. Bye.